We're the Likable Geeks Podcast. I'm Steve.
I'm the guy that used to tour with Bill and Ted.
I'm Stuart.
This is a podcast where we whine and bitch and complain about everything that we love. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Good.
That was a different intro.
It's going to be from here on out.
All right. That was different.
Not used to it.
All right.
I'm not sure I like it.
Halloween's not here yet, man. You all right there?
I feel like I'm going to whine and bitch about it.
About the fact that you're in costume?
No, about your intro. It's too different. I don't like it.
Yeah, you'll get over it.
I don't like change.
It's not Halloween yet. Why are you in costume?
This is just not going to get posted to Halloween. You know it. We all know it.
He's calling you out.
Wow. It'll be up tomorrow, but okay.
All right. Take that.
I saw your eyebrow.
Take that.
I saw the eyebrows go up and down.
You seem so comfortable in blackface, and it disturbs me greatly.
I honestly...
What'd you say? Wait,
He seems so comfortable in blackface, and it, I don't know.
I honestly would have thought that not being able to see my face is an improvement.
All right, Sarah. Whatever you say, Sarah Silverman.
Jeez.
Can you at least Justin Trudeau me?
Dale.
Funny because you can't see that there's like wrinkles in it anywhere, so it just
It really looks like
It's just like an abyss.
black void of
that's
doom.
cool. So it looks a lot cooler on camera.
So instead of being blurry,
It looks really cheesy here.
in real life.
yeah. Instead of being blurry, now he's just black.
Okay. So an improvement.
So he's not quite like Bigfoot. He's just blurry.
An improvement.
Bigfoot is blurry. That's the problem.
That's
It's not the photographer's fault.
Rest in peace, Mitch.
Mitch had very good times. So how's it going, guys? How you been?
Good.
It's been
Got a beer?
1 week
Since you looked at me.
since the first episode of season 4. We're on episode 2. Dude, we're closing in on our 100th episode.
Don't we still have like 20 to go?
No, we
That's
only
what
have
closing in means.
We only have
fuck.
like 13, I think, to go. Honestly.
Ooh, 13. Good number for Halloween.
For us, spoopy. Ooh.
What do you got for us, Matt?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're just gonna tee it right off.
Oh, I don't have anything other than a
Oh,
rumor.
okay. I'll start it off then.
Well, really? You're just going to take that away from me?
Oh, you want to go ahead?
Then do it.
You can't even read anything. You have.
I don't need to read anything. I
Go ahead.
remember things. I don't have to write them down.
This is the episode where we come to terms
I didn't write
with
it
the
down. It's
fact
on my
that
phone.
Not see through
Matt
that?
is illiterate,
No, he can see through
Totally
it.
see through
okay.
it.
We just can't see him.
which is preferable.
Yeah.
I told you it would have been Did I not say it was an improvement?
Yeah, but I don't listen to you either.
What?
I don't listen to him either.
No one listens to me around here.
Yeah. However, your tweet was funny. That made me laugh.
I actually, I saw it.
We're not gonna say what it was, but it was funny.
So all I have is rumor, guys. All I have is rumor. But I don't know if you guys saw this. Speaking of Twitter, EA put a little 9-second video out that just shows a mug of coffee with an EA logo sitting on a windowsill, kind of steaming in the cold, I guess.
Or it's just really hot.
It could just be really, really hot, and that's it. That's all there is. So the running rumor right now is that EA is coming back to Steam.
Which,
What if they're going to
guess-
Coffee Break? We were just talking about this. What if their games are going to coffeebreak.com?
it'd be a weird move. Honestly, when we were talking about this before, I was surprised it was still around.
Coffee Break?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was surprised it was still around. I was surprised Newgrounds is still around.
I'm surprised Newgrounds is still around too, honestly.
I guess they're just kind of... EA's been just signaling defeat on a lot of fronts. First, it was...
Are they though?
What was their live game that sucked and everyone hated it?
Live
now they
game?
canceled it.
Live-
The one
Have
where
a
you,
live
the
game?
one where you're in like Iron Man suits. I've already forgotten the name of it.
You're an Iron Man?
You're an
suits?
Iron Man?
You're in
suit?
friggin' javelins.
Anthem.
Yeah, they canceled the whole roadmap for that.
Yeah, because that game did horrible.
That's what I'm saying. They've been giving up.
It
So they
failed.
gave up.
It didn't make it out of beta, did it?
Failed. No, it released.
It released in beta.
It failed to do what its job was, which was to
not suck.
beat Destiny, and it did not.
No,
Because
it was buggy
Destiny's
and shit.
Because
fucking
they
awesome.
released it in beta.
Yeah, that too.
It was garbage. It was impossible to connect to. So they canceled the roadmap for that. So that's basically done.
right.
I'm saying this is also them like basically saying like, EA Origins,
Yeah.
just give up.
Yeah,
Like,
seriously.
Either that or
The only thing they have is FIFA.
I mean, the other
and even that, like people are people are protesting against that too. Like FIFA sales have gone.
Yeah, they have dropped. FIFA sales have dropped. But
people are pissed.
Is FIFA not on Steam?
It is, and here's the problem: is that when people downloaded FIFA 20,
jumping all over your topic here, my bad.
people downloaded FIFA 20 on Steam, and when they put the icon on their desktop when it first released, it was FIFA 19.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. They goofed.
They didn't even have the right because that's all they do with FIFA is they just it's 20 now.
Right.
It's the exact same game, but you got to pay us another $60.
Yeah, another $60.
Also, all those players you unlocked in 19, now you got to rebuy those.
Yeah.
You got to give us more money. Give us more money.
Oh, I see the tweet that you're talking about, Matt. I didn't see the tweet, but I see it now.
Yeah. And I think some of it could be... I mean, I agree with Stuart. Ultimately, at its core, I think it's kind of a white flag. But it could also be a little bit of just... There's a lot of cross-platforming going everywhere nowadays. It's starting to get hotter and hotter. This may just be them kind of going in that direction as well. Like, if they need to stay afloat somehow. If everyone else is doing it, then they're going to do it too. Maybe mixing Origin with Steam. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope Origin doesn't go away because Origin does do the one thing that I think is really cool is there's always some kind of free game that's actually a good game that they give away.
Well, PlayStation Plus does that too.
You have to pay for it. You have to pay for it though. I'm talking about Origin is like literally if you guys want it for free for everybody, even if you don't have
That's
Origin
true,
Plus.
even if you don't have Plus. But it's usually like a
we've
game
gotten
from
some
the
games
90s.
that way. We got Need for Speed. I think there was a bunch. Like I have a bunch of my Steam libraries that are on my Origin library that's free, and they were like good games. So if they go away and they go to Steam, then it's gonna be a little difficult. But it would be cool to see like have all the Mass Effect stuff on one platform. It'd be cool to have Apex Legends on Steam. I play Apex still, but it'd be cool to have that on Steam instead of on Origin. I just have too many fucking launchers on my computer. I have the Riot launcher, I have the Epic Games launcher, I have Origin, I have Steam, I have Battle.net. It's like, can we just fucking throw all the games in one thing, please? Can we have a universal launcher,
We did have
please?
one, and then all these other fuckers tried to compete. We used to have one.
It used to just be Steam.
And that was fine.
And BNet.
Everyone was fine with Steam.
Yeah.
No one had any major complaints about Steam.
No.
Like,
I mean,
I like...
No one still does.
Unless you're Epic.
Yeah, unless you're Epic.
Yeah.
Unless you're Tim Sweeney.
But they're not a person. They're a corporation.
Well, Tim Sweeney.
Yeah, Tim Sweeney.
But he's arguing from a perspective of his corporation.
Shut
Fair
up,
enough.
Death.
Yeah, shut up, Death. It's
GOG
frustrating.
GOG is cool and all. It's just I like Steam. I have had
Steam
for
has
too
never
long.
done anything.
Yeah, I've never
had an issue with Steam.
I've never gotten dicked over by Steam.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had an issue with Steam. Let's see. I'm going to read the article here from PC Gamer. It may not seem like much to go on, but EA is tweeting out a picture of a steaming hot beverage and an EA mug sure seems like a hint to their games returning to Steam. Said games have been available exclusively through Origin or PC since the launch of Battlefield 3 in 2011, and Crysis 2 was even pulled from Steam at the time. I remember that. I used to have Crysis on Steam.
I used to have all the Mass Effects on Steam.
Yeah.
And now you only have 1 or 2.
I have 1 and 2. One tweet's not the
And you still
only
can't play
evidence
Crysis.
of EA's games might
On
not be
high
coming
settings.
back. Or I'm sorry, one tweet's not the only evidence EA games might be coming back to Valve's launcher. Earlier this week, at Robot Brush found a test application to run Origin games through Steam, suggesting a similar situation to Uplay. That's another launcher I have. Uplay.
I hate Uplay.
I hate it too. Every time I play,
hate that I have to use Uplay even when I'm playing Bethesda or Ubisoft games on my console.
dude, you have to log into Uplay if you
hate-
have them on Steam.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah, but
Assassin's
I'm on my
Creed.
freaking PlayStation
I
and
know.
I have to log into Uplay. I
It's
hate
stupid.
it.
Yeah, I have play Assassin's Creed or
I don't even
Rainbow
remember
Six, and I have to log into Uplay.
The scary
That's
thing
literally
is,
the only reason I
don't,
have it.
I
Yeah.
don't
There's no reason to have
remember.
Uplay other than
I
Assassin's
don't
Creed.
remember logging. No, what's the shooter? First person shooter.
Rainbow Six
N-
Siege.
The other, no, the good one.
Rainbow Six Siege is a good one.
It just came out with the post-apocalyptic version. They're in Montana. The other one was in like the Himalayas, and before that, it was like the Jason Brody. Somebody help me!
Talking about Wildlands?
No,
Is
it's
it a
not
Ghost
Tom Clancy.
It's not a Ghost Recon.
It's not Tom Clancy at all. It's Ubisoft. It's a first-person shooter. The freaking new one was post-apocalypse in Montana. It was like a expansion for the fifth one. Where like that,
Oh, was it Rage?
not Rage. This is because Rage 2 just came out. This is number 5.
I Am Alive?
No, God, dude.
It's developed by... It's post-apocalyptic set in the fucking Andes or whatever. It says it right here.
No.
Oh, Far Cry?
Far Cry. God damn it. Fucking killing me. Far Cry.
You couldn't remember it either. Don't get... Jesus.
I named 3 of the games. I was like, post-apocalyptic expansion, Montana Cult, Himalayas, and then before that was Jason Brody. I named the protagonist of the third one, Jason Brody.
Literally,
and the only
don't
reason,
remember the name of the game. Definitely leads
the only
credence
reason
to my argument that the only one worth mentioning is Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
No, because the new one's terrible.
Far Cry 3 was pretty good, though, but yes, you're right.
All the Far Cries are good.
You're right.
Even the new one was great. Far Cry 3. The only reason I remember the protagonist
I actually didn't like Primal very much, personally.
Were you like the caveman?
Yeah, I didn't like that one, personally. Anyways.
The only reason I remember the protagonist's name from Far Cry 3 is because he's a bro, and his name is Jason Brody.
Yeah.
He's like a bro in the jungle.
Yeah.
They're always like...
And he's a psycho. Yeah.
Parachuting off shit and... doing stupid crap.
Fucking great game.
Yeah, they're all great.
Anyways,
that was... I don't even remember signing up for a Uplay account, but I have one. I don't know how.
Yeah. Everybody I think it uses whatever your console, is your
I didn't
console.
agree to that.
Brings it in place. Yeah, I know, right? But anyways,
read that thing when you agreed to it.
French son of bitch.
So yeah, Robot Brush found a test application to run Origin games through Steam, suggesting a similar situation to Uplay, where the games are on sale in Steam but open in their own launcher when played. It turns out
makes sense.
Yeah. So it's because someone said I saw this on. I think I saw it on.
If I bought a physical copy of an EA game, would I still have to have the EA launcher?
No, I think it would just then port to Steam.
No, now.
What do you mean?
If I bought a physical copy of I don't know, an EA,
like Battlefield?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I put it in my PC, would I have to get the EA launcher?
No, I think it's its own standalone launcher.
Okay.
I think I don't know. I just think
because Blizzard, you have to do that.
You wouldn't load it with a disc now. You would nowadays. You
no,
because
I had to do that when I first bought StarCraft, the 2 or whatever, the Wings of Liberty.
Yeah, it's 2.
I had the physical copy of it.
Okay, fair enough.
And I had to get a BattleNet launcher in order to play it.
I think, yeah, probably then.
I would say probably.
There's probably a launcher for it, but then once it's launched,
I had to log into a BattleNet account in order to play the game. That I
my guess is my
because
guess
I remember
I
I was telling you about it because I was pissed.
And
that was long
guess,
before.
My guess is
we
the
did
same
this.
way. If you bought FIFA and you put it on your computer, it probably comes built in with it when you launch it. It automatically just brings up Origin because you downloaded Origin with the CD. But then it's like, hey, log in so you can play.
That's stupid. I hate that login so you can play offline. That's so stupid.
Fucking redundant. To just be
that's an EA thing.
Yeah, that's why.
Excuse me, I'd like to play Sim City. Oh, I need to be online. Oh, your servers are broke.
Yeah, because
right.
you can't play Spore.
Never mind.
You can't play Spore anymore because you had to be online.
I mean, you can still play it, but you can't.
No, you can't. You have to connect to the servers to play Spore. The Spore servers are down. You can't play it anymore.
Is Sport down?
Yes.
Is it? I didn't know
closed
that.
last year.
Oh,
I swear I was playing that maybe 4 or 5 months ago.
No, you were not because they closed it last year.
because it is gone.
Huh.
Because that was one of the games that you had to be online to play. I
That's
don't know what
disappointing.
face you're making. I'm just going to stop looking at you.
Further evidence
This is
appears to
great.
show older EA games which were once available on Steam but then removed seeing activity again. For example, SteamDB, which tracks user behavior in Steam, shows that someone played Saboteur. Oh my god. An EA game that released in 2009.
I remember that. That's when you're the Irishman in France, killing Nazis.
Yeah. An EA game that released in
That was a
2009.
weird
It's
game.
no longer available on Steam, but according to SteamDB, it was played on Steam on October 20th.
Wasn't that game it was black and white and then the colored things things that were in color were the objective points, or am I thinking of something else?
Saboteur was...
Did you ever play that game? No? Okay. Maybe it was just me. I think I was only one of 2 people that played that game.
The other guy played it on September 19th.
Saboteur. 2009 open world action adventure video game set in World War II in a German occupied France. Yeah, it's not black and white, but yeah. Was the final game developed by Pandemic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The BlackBerry and iOS versions were BlackBerry. Jesus. Versions were developed and published by Hands on Mobile. They had a mobile version of that game?
I played it on console.
Huh. Well, there was a console version, but yeah.
Yeah, because I remember like attaching
Fucking
dynamite to Nazi
BlackBerry.
tanks to like Panzers.
Yeah.
And like driving away.
1940s Nazi occupied Paris. You
in
play
the
through
Champs-Élysées.
So
like
some Saving Private Ryan stuff right there.
yeah, kind of.
Just stuff in a sock and stick it on the
Yeah,
tank.
like
Yeah.
I think they had like a sticky grenade.
Except
that
you
was
don't
just like
blow up with
it
it.
was just like a stick of dynamite like dipped in tar.
Yeah.
And you just stuck it on the back of a Panzer.
Yeah, 1940s Nazi occupied Paris as you play through a tough Irish race car mechanic Sean Devlin. Yep. Good times. But anyway,
I remember this game.
Somebody just recently played it.
Why?
Yeah, it just says it was
they wanted to be
according
a
to
tough Irishman blowing things
SteamDB.
up.
It was it's on Origin, but it was played on Steam between October and the 20th and the 21st of October.
Maybe it was someone with just like a patched version or something.
Oh, that would mean Dragon Age would come back to Steam.
Maybe, maybe not. Depends on what they do.
Honestly, Dragon Age, like the whole thing is just like so screwed up right now.
Yeah.
Like with their studio, like
Dragon Age itself was clunky.
Would that
and
mean
2
then
sucked?
2 is terrible.
Would that mean then
Inquisition was really good.
if EA made the move to Steam, that essentially the Fallen Order would go to Steam then? They would have to port that to Steam if they're developing it for that launcher.
I mean, that's all like the launcher crap is all after.
Yeah, they could just do what Destiny did, which when they split from Battle.net, you just logged into Bungie.net, said, I have it on Battle.net, I want to put it on Steam, and they go, whoop, and there it is.
Yeah.
Cool, thanks.
It literally took like 10 seconds to fucking
It's so much
amazing.
easier than it used to be because I used to play the Matrix online game, and I can't remember the name of the company that made it, but they had their own servers, and then at some point before they closed, they switched to the WB Game Studio servers, and I could never recover my character because it wouldn't. For some reason, my character got like lost when I was like, "Oh, this is my character. I want to like log in," and I just never got it. I was pissed because I had leveled him up, and I know kung fu.
I know kung fu.
I knew kung fu, but then I didn't.
Enter the Matrix was so fun.
Enter the Matrix was fun. I really like the online game, but nobody else.
I know.
played it.
I never got a chance
Nobody
to
else
play it.
played
We talked
it.
about this on the podcast
Yeah.
before, but yeah, I wish I could have got to
just
play
me.
it because you were telling me about the dude that took down the fucking. There was like they had like a newspaper in the game.
Yes.
And the guy took down an agent by himself or some shit.
and it was epic. And people were following that guy around.
Oh, I fucking bet.
Yeah.
He knew he was the one.
He might have been. It really disappoints me that they're making another Matrix movie.
I know what I know is. I don't wanna
It
get into
really.
I don't want to
disappoints
get
me.
into
It pisses me off too that Carrie
That's the
and
part
Moss
that pisses me off.
and Keanu Reeves are both signed on to be in it.
And
I'm
it doesn't
so-
make sense.
Doesn't
I'm
make any
so
sense.
like
Stupid.
I'm so numb
Unless it's some
to
flashback
sequels.
shit, then it doesn't make
But
sense.
then they wouldn't
it
be
doesn't make
headliners.
sense.
They
if
wouldn't
it's
be
like
headliners.
if it's like this is what happened between Matrix 1 and 2.
That's what I'm saying, like flashback shit.
Yeah, because when the second one came out, Neo
There
was pretty
years.
badass.
There were years in between.
Yeah, he was.
There was a couple years.
You
in
could tell that
between.
Neo was very seasoned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then like between 2 and 3, it's like 2 ends and then 3 begins.
Yeah.
So if it was like a couple, it was like because I think there's a couple years between 1 and 2.
Like I said, I would only care about it if they made the Matrix about the Renaissance when
I know, we
Sky
talked
Blacked
about
out. We
that
talked about
last
this
time,
on the
yeah.
last podcast. If they
Yeah.
did that, then it would be tight. Just like I don't give a fuck about Batman until they make a fucking Batman Beyond movie. Batman Beyond and the Renaissance fucking Matrix. That's all I care about. Stop making fucking Star Wars movies. I don't want to watch another Star Wars movie.
I don't either.
Fuck, dude. Like I'm so over it.
Then why are you gonna go see it?
Because I need to see what happens. 'Cause this is fucking.
I need closure.
This is what happens. Like
I
I'm
need
like I don't
closure.
care, but then again I'm like there's laser swords and things flying around.
I've waited
Fucking
40 years for
space
this,
wizards.
damn it, I
It's
need to
awesome.
see it.
Speaking of continuations of things that we didn't need continuations of, I watched the first episode of the Watchmen series on HBO.
Is it bad?
I didn't care for it. It depends on who you ask.
Is it bad? I'm asking you, Stuart.
He didn't like it.
Oh,
I
really
didn't like
quick. Closure on that last topic. EA moving to Steam? I hope so. Because that means a whole bunch of games are going to come back to Steam that are totally worth it.
I'd
Anyways,
like it if EA Origin shut
yeah,
down.
good
that'd be
shit. I hope they do it.
fun. I didn't care for it. It starts off with a really like weird sub-story that they then never reference again.
Never again.
In the episode. I don't know if they're going to do something with it going on.
Is the show based off the comic at all? Does it canon to the comic at all?
No.
So it's just made up shit.
Damon Lindelof said that it's a remix continuation of the comic.
A remix?
I don't understand what that means.
Reboot.
But it can't be a reboot because they're referencing...
Check out my melody.
You think you're special? You do. I can see it in your eyes. Yeah. All right. That was our allotted Limp Bizkit for the year.
I was going to continue the lyric, but then you stopped it.
No, that's it.
I was listening to Limp Bizkit today.
Why?
It came up in my Spotify radio.
Why?
I was like, hell yeah.
He needs that 10 cents. You listen.
Yeah, I know.
Fred Durst needs that 10 cents.
Poor Fred Durst, man. The only any kind of recognition he gets is when Eminem decides to go back and talk shit still.
Which is weird.
This is really weird.
Hey,
weird.
he's not going to need that 10 cents.
No.
Just
Yeah, so let me...
spoiler alert.
Let me read this New York Times article because they're a legit publication,
Yeah, they are.
and then I'll give my 2 cents on
Candy.
Does the Washington Post have that too?
it. No.
Throw me a candy.
They're also a legit publication.
Throw me one.
Good catch. That was a sweet catch.
That was good. Off camera.
Hey, throw me one.
I feel like you deserve that.
Did you want one for real?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Okay, so in the lead up to Watchmen, Damon Lindelof's, and this is in quotes, remix, as he has described it, of the graphic novel by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons, the question on many viewers' minds has been, should I read the book? Yes, you should read the fucking book because it's considered one of the top 100 novels of the century. That's not me saying that. Fucking
Uh-oh. Look what you did, Matt.
Hugo,
Look what you did. All you had to do was
Newbery,
say nothing.
Time. All have it on one of the top 100 greatest novels of the century.
Fake news.
Fuck you. Kill yourself.
He's already dead.
Exactly.
Hey.
Judging by the explainers and pocket histories and culture pages across the media, including this excellent one by the Times' Adam Sternberg, there's some
That's a
agreement
name.
that the context is helpful since the events in that book are fully integrated into the TV show. And yet the pilot for Watchmen, which aired Sunday on HBO, stands as a profoundly destabilizing experience for all parties. Those with a Talmudic relationship to the book, those who have never experienced it in any form, and those who live in America in 2019 who recognize parts of their country as reflected off a funhouse mirror. I don't... I have read The Watchmen. I don't think people are going to get the references if you haven't read it.
If you haven't read it, you're going to be
Or if
left
you
in the
haven't even
dark.
seen... I mean, at the very least, watch the movie.
That's not even really as accurate.
Yeah. At
But-
the very least, watch the movie so
Yeah.
you get who the characters they're referencing is.
Yeah.
Because people aren't going to understand why everyone's wearing white masks with ink blots on them. You know what I mean? Like that,
Rorschach is so cool.
Rorschach's the best. That's the Damon Lindelof feeling. Familiar to anyone who watched his work as a co-creator and showrunner on Lost and Leftovers, two shows with the fucking worst endings of any series.
They both did.
Both of those endings sucked.
We were super into
I
Leftovers.
love The Leftovers, and then the last 3 episodes of the
We're
series.
just like, we
garbage.
fucking want you all to
Hate
die.
it.
What 2 shows did he say?
He was a co-creator and showrunner on Lost and The Leftovers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 2 shows that did not have great endings.
No, they're terrible.
Just throw in Dexter in there, and you got a
Two-
fucking trifecta.
Yeah, two
What about
puzzle
Game of
boxes.
Thrones?
The endings sucked.
What
on
did you say,
Dexter.
Joey?
I said fuck Dexter.
Oh, I thought you said I love Dexter. I was like, I liked it
mean,
until
I
the
did.
last
For
season.
the first 4 seasons,
Yeah.
first 4 seasons were great.
Yeah, that last season. Everybody should have died.
Yeah.
Everybody should have died. It's,
So
fuck. The ending of Dexter sucked.
blah blah blah, co-creator blah blah. 2 puzzle box shows that sowed confusion and teased out questions they were in no hurry to answer, or at all. They didn't fucking answer it at all. On balance, it's probably optimal to have read the comic before seeing Watchmen, but only if you're willing to loosen your grip on it. Lindelof is comfortably playing the heretic, and here's why: this show was not conceived as a continuation of The Watchmen, much like the Joker movie. It was written, and then afterwards they needed name recognition, so they slapped it into this universe.
Right.
It's fine with the Joker movie because
which I still haven't seen, but
they didn't pretend or try and be anything. The director came out and said it himself before the movie came out. Mm-hmm. That's how we know that it wasn't supposed to be a Joker movie. He just did it to get the movie made.
Right.
Which is fine because it works.
It did work.
Yeah, it's the highest. It's about to come up to Endgame as far as gross.
Yeah.
It's already at $790 million worldwide.
Past Deadpool.
It passed Deadpool as the highest
Did you
grossing
see the
R-rated movie ever.
Did you see the Deadpool
Yeah.
response to that? Oh,
Yeah.
so good. Ryan
Take-
Reynolds had like a whole thing. It was fucking awesome.
So here we go. This is what I'm talking about. So take the opening sequence alone, which offers a silent movie that seems to exist on its own alternate timeline before Warren Gibbons's masked Avengers surfaced in the lead up to World War II. The black hat, white hat dynamic is reversed with the white hat, a cattle-stealing white sheriff on the run from the black hat, a heroic masked stranger who reveal himself to be Boss Reeves, the Black Marshal of Oklahoma. The all-white parishioners demand to know who has roped in the sheriff, but when they call for a lynching, they're referring to the white sheriff, not the black marshal who has apprehended him. There will be no mob justice today, says Reeves. Trust in the law. While you're still busy unpacking the multiple paradoxes of this movie within the show and perhaps thinking about the birth of a nation or about how the superhero disguise is the only way a black man could operate like Reeves does, Lindelof and the director and Nicole Castle are recreating the Tulsa Riot of 1921, a two-day massacre in which black residents and businesses were overrun by a violent white mob. People are like, oh, that's so creative of him to have a story within a story. But those people are fucking dumb. Yeah. Because obviously you've never read the comic where Black Sails was the story within the fucking story in The Watchmen.
Yep.
It's about a guy who's stranded on a desert island with the corpses of all his shipmates, and he makes a fucking ship out of their corpses so he can get home.
Oh, that's badass.
It's super badass, and it's probably the greatest story within a story since fucking Hamlet.
Does it float, though?
It does, and
Does
it's
it
eaten
smell
by
bad?
seagulls, and it smells so bad. He vomits constantly, and then he starts eating his friends, and it's metal. It's metal as hell.
You're asking questions that are like, duh. Of course it's smelly.
It's stinky.
It's dead people. Of course it floats.
It's dead
It's
people.
dead people.
Yeah. You know what Pennywise says?
We all float down
I
here.
don't know how long dead they've been.
Have you
They're
seen
all floating
Titanic?
Yet.
Recently.
There's a lot of floating motherfuckers in that movie.
Okay.
A lot of sinking ones,
A
too,
lot of
though.
sinking ones too, though.
And there
Poor
was
Leo.
enough room on that door.
Poor
There
Leo.
was enough
There was
room on that
plenty
door.
room on that
there
door.
Was a lot of room
Move
on that
over,
door.
you selfish bitch.
Yeah.
Getting off topic. Okay. So
No, I'm still mad. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll vouch for that. He didn't need to die.
with this sequence, Watchmen risks the gruesome historical tourism that dogged Detroit, a docudrama that devoted more energy to the visceral impact of racial violence than to its significance. Did anyone like the movie Detroit, or did anyone see it? I heard it
Detroit?
wasn't good. Yeah.
I didn't mind it.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was a
Thought
movie.
it was all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard it bombed.
Yeah,
No, that was the city.
Yeah.
No, I didn't think it was that bad, honestly.
All right,
I mean, but then again, I like movies that people don't like.
Yeah.
Everyone-
a lot.
yeah,
Solo.
you're contrary.
Everybody is saying that, like, okay, I said that I saw. Well, I didn't think I said it on the podcast. I saw Ad Astra. A lot of people fucking hate that movie.
That space one?
I thought it was awesome.
That's that space one.
Yeah, it's got Tommy Lee Jones in
Yeah,
it.
I haven't seen it.
It's fantastic. It's amazing, and everyone's like,
Is it like Interstellar?
it's
like,
all right.
Good or like what?
man, it's really fucking good. It's just
We'll
a good
watch it.
sci-fi movie.
We'll watch it.
It's a
It's
good
legit.
sci-fi. It's legit
check it out.
because okay, when you watch Ad Astra, it's believable. They do things in the show that are like, because it's set in the future, like far in the future, but it's far in the future to where it's like still modern, like how we have it now. But there's certain things that you'd be like, yeah, I could see that happening in the future.
It's
it makes
2030.
sense.
Oh.
It
And
makes
Elon
sense.
Musk has
but,
gotten us to the moon.
but it's like
10
you
years
can
from
tell that like inflation's a thing that happened and blah 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 blah. But then
Example.
like it's a good movie, but a lot of people had issues with it because they thought it went a little too far in some areas. And I'm like,
It's science
If this were to happen in real life, I honestly believe that this is exactly how it would fucking go.
Why would they get mad? It's a fucking movie.
Well, don't spoil it. Well,
no, I'm not. Well, it's the same thing. Everyone hated fucking Blade Runner 2049, and I fucking loved it.
I thought it was a mixed.
I thought
you were talking about everyone
the ending
in this
was
room.
fucking dumb.
The ending was great.
No, we wasted 3 hours on that.
We started watching it so many times.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm a different person.
We fell asleep like 3 times.
It's a long movie.
It is a long movie.
Fucking Christ! It should have been him.
They could have. They could have. It was like a 3-hour and 40-minute movie, and they could have trimmed it down to like.
That's Decker's daughter.
I don't give a fuck.
They could have trimmed.
You should.
They could have trimmed an hour out of that movie.
I'm glad they didn't. But that's what I'm saying. I'm a different person.
I feel like
establishing
shots are fine.
I love it,
but they don't need to be an hour of a movie.
I'm all for it. Give me more time in that world, please. Like I fucking love it.
I don't know.
I love it.
Anyways,
Astro was great. Detroit wasn't bad.
That won't be the case with this show. However, Lindelof handles the fistful of dynamite he is intent on carrying around in the context of his Watchmen, which targets racism and white supremacy, the way Moore and Gibbons did the Cold War and the nuclear threat. The riot is a foundational event. See, I disagree with that. I feel like they have the Tulsa riots at the beginning as like a framing device, and then it never really pans out in that first episode. Like I don't really see like
I haven't seen
where the racial divide is in the rest of the episode. Mm-hmm. Like there's no like tiki torch carrying like dudes. Neat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so I'm not really seeing what the context is of like this alternate history of the Tulsa riots. Do you know what I mean? Because in the comic, the Black Sail comic in the Watchmen book was supposed to be like an allegory for what was happening in the world outside. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I just didn't get it. Maybe I'm dumb, but the exhilarating confusion persists when the episode cuts to the present day, when a white truck driver is pulled over by a black officer in a yellow mask. That the driver is a white supremacist is blasting Future's hip-hop sensation Crushed Up adds still more paradoxical layers. And see, that's the thing. People are like, oh, this guy's a white supremacist. And it's like, okay, but he's listening to the Future song Crushed Up. So I don't understand how both things can be true.
Because reasons, Stuart.
Do you know what song I'm talking about?
I do.
Okay, I don't understand how you can be like a white supremacist and bang that song.
I agree.
Do you know the song?
I don't.
Okay.
Don't read the lyrics.
But if you read the lyrics, it changes the context of what the meaning of the song is, though.
Yeah.
The song is supposed to be like, I'm going to throw all these like racial epithets at you because I'm trying to like explain to you the differences and we're not going to get into that. Anyways, the song isn't about white supremacy.
Right.
End of the day.
Right.
Everything about this tense encounter raises questions. It reverses the racial dynamic we're used to seeing between white cops and black drivers. It positions the police as a force against white supremacy. It reveals a gun culture where access to handguns, even by the police, requires a tedious remote protocol. If this is the world that the existence of superheroes have created, then that butterfly must have flapped its wings pretty hard. When the incident ends at a cop getting shot up by an assault rifle, the Tulsa police, led by Chief Judd Crawford, which is Don Johnson's character, find themselves facing a renewed terrorist threat. The 7th Cavalry, and Cavalry with a K, an organization that parallels those original masked avengers of the Ku Klux Klan, has been waiting in the weeds for a while, but now they've resurfaced in homemade Rorschach masks. Rorschach, the narrator of the graphic novel, operates with a brutal moral certitude that connects with the far right. This is where they fucking lost me. In no way has Rorschach ever fucking talked about like, conservatism is the way to go. We got to bring back
No.
He never fucking said anything like that.
The Atomic Family is the best.
He never said anything like that.
Yeah, not even in the comics.
That's fucking nonsense. But that's the lines they're connecting because they make the like Ku Klux Klan have Rorschach masks and the police have like black bloc like yellow masks.
What the fuck?
Like fucking Antifa.
What?
It's confusing, right? I don't understand what they're talking about.
I'm going to have to watch it.
It's so...
Because that doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't make any sense. They're like, oh, it's so deep. It's like, no, it's not. They're just throwing a bunch of pop culture shit at a wall.
Yeah, it's just lazy writing.
And like, yeah, that's all it's. And that's Damon Lindelof.
Yeah,
he's a lazy fucking writer.
Lazy writing. Yeah.
That's all he does.
Huh. I'm about to watch this. I'm just going to watch it to see so I can understand.
Honestly, like maybe there's
it sounds like lazy as fuck writing.
Yeah.
Now.
So then Crawford calls on his department to take on the threat, but they have to conceal their identities too or risk bloody reprisals on their doorsteps. You know, because cops frequently go out in fucking ski masks to do their jobs.
Oh, every night.
That's real life. That's totally, yeah.
No.
The cops are both official and clandestine administrators of justice, a contradiction that the show has only just begun to explore.
You saw that too, right, Joey?
RoboCop and Batman?
I don't know what that was.
I don't know. It's so stupid. So one powerful answer to the 7th Cavalry problem is Detective Angela Abar, a.k.a. Sister Knight. That's Regina King's character.
Oh, okay.
Whose superhero getup is like a ninja version of the nun costume Zoe Lund wore
ninja virgin
to shoot up a Halloween party in Abel Ferrara's Ms. 45.
You'll never get me.
Yeah. Born in Vietnam.
Somebody make that fucking show, Ninja Virgin. I will watch the shit out of
I
that.
watch that too.
That's an anime. That's a setup for a funny anime.
Born in Vietnam, which in the Watchmen world became the 51st state after godlike Dr. Manhattan turned the war in America's favor, Abar has ostensibly retired to run a bakery. But it's a front for her job on the force and the extracurricular activities that go along with it.
Human meat pies.
No, but that's the thing I don't understand. It's like,
Soylent
she's undercover as a baker, but at night she's a cop.
Vigilante justice.
No, she's a cop.
Warrior. Yeah. Oh.
She's a detective. But she has a front as a baker.
So Despicable Me 2.
I don't understand what the fucking point of that is. Like, why do you need a front? You're cop.
Oh my god.
Like, okay, undercover cops have like false identities, but those false identities are criminals.
Yeah.
Who the fuck? Why would you be a baker? Why would your false
mafia baker?
No, she's just a normal baker.
Despicable
Lame.
Me 2.
Yeah, Despicable Me 2 for sure.
Lindelof saw it with his kids. He's like, that's a good idea. I'm going to take that one.
I'm going to have to watch this just to see.
It just, and then there's just a bunch of more crap. I don't even want to talk about it. It's just.
So far, no bueno.
No, it's just a bunch of nonsense. Like, they have fucking cops in like yellow
Give me a beer.
masks, and I don't understand why.
That's odd.
Like, they're trying to make it seem like the cops are like Antifa because they're wearing the same like black bloc, like scarves and masks, but they're yellow.
You want a beer, Ryan?
Oh,
okay.
So different. And like they're Antifa, and then like the Rorschach mask wearing guys are like the Ku Klux Klan, which doesn't make any sense in the canon of the movie or the comic.
Right.
So I don't know. It's very confusing and it's not very well written.
There's only one episode out right now?
I only watched one episode. The second episode's come out.
Okay, I will definitely have a look-see at it then.
Tell me what you think, because I'm confused.
Yeah,
it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I'll watch it tomorrow, and then I'll let you know what I think. I'll message you.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think? Death?
These are confusing
By the way,
times.
I'm very impressed that you've kept the mask on this long.
Is it hot?
Oh, I cannot begin to describe to you how uncomfortable this is.
Are you going for broke? You're going to try to do it the whole man.
thing.
If you can't, we understand.
No.
This is our first 4-hour episode. Continue on with us.
Yeah. You would not be able to withstand that for 4 hours. You would be able to hold your bladder for 4 hours, let alone keep a mask on.
Yeah, I'd probably have to get up and piss.
All right.
Being real.
Would you pee with the mask on, though?
Yes, I would.
That's
just to
fucking
spite
impressive.
You. Just to spite you.
That's impressive.
How would you know he's telling the truth?
Follow me.
We would have to go in for
Go with
verification
me.
purposes.
Yeah.
All right. Don't cross the streams, though.
I promise nothing. My aim is atrocious.
Especially in that mask. It's probably all over the place.
Yeah.
It's hitting the ceiling.
It's not that bad.
It's like me, myself, and Irene.
Yeah. Or was it fucking 40-year-old virgin when he sits down? He's all, Never had that happen to me one time, but it's funny. Anyways, moving on.
Not like my face.
Never ever.
Well then, moving on.
Moving on. Yeah. All right. So, get into our main topic. Riot Games, who most people know is popular for League of Legends.
Boo.
Shut
Fire.
Jesus, man.
We've all made our positions.
We have made our things. I have said multiple times. I have defended League of Legends, the game. I have never one time defended the community.
I'll give you that.
Okay, the game is great. It's great.
It's okay.
No, it's great.
I like the game.
It's fucking great for what it has done for esports and everything. The game is great. Community is bad, very bad. It's just like Rainbow Six Siege, which my buddy Ryan is here, is watching us. Little guest in the audience today. Will contest that the game is fantastic. Rainbow Six Siege is amazing. The players are poop.
He's making the
No, Rainbow Six Siege is a good
Your
game.
argument's falling apart, sir.
It's a good game. It's a good game. However,
you just said it was great.
It's fuck you, Joey. Stop.
Your lies are built on a house of sand.
Yeah, well. Anyways, the community makes that game just cancer. Just absolute toxicity. Like it's
hard to find a multiplayer game community that doesn't suck.
Yeah.
As a whole.
It is. Well, Matt and I are playing Destiny.
Rocket League's okay.
No, it is not. No, it is not.
It's okay.
It is not okay.
It's not okay when you assholes play, because I played with you. I played with both of you.
Me and Matt will shit on everyone. Me and Matt will
both
shit.
lose your shit over that game.
Because we play to win
okay,
in that game.
So
it's soccer with cars. Like, is it really that intense?
Yes.
Actually, it really is.
It really is.
I'm going to defend the community a little bit. Comparatively speaking, when I play a game of Rocket League, the odds of me running into a toxic player are
way less.
Wildly.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, way less.
Comparatively,
lower.
Rocket League is fine.
I don't know about fine.
But
better. Definitely better.
Yeah.
Like by leaps and bounds more than League of Legends or Rainbow Siege.
Yeah. Or Call of Duty or whatever, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
However,
forget Halo.
Rocket League. Yeah.
I played Destiny 1 and it was fine.
Yeah, it's good. Like, I've never encountered a toxic person in Destiny, ever.
I've never played anything other than PvE, so there's no reason to.
I play PvE and PvP, and I also play Gambit, which is both combined, and I love it. Never get nobody ever really being toxic other than just the casual, actual call out to do something.
But my
but it's never, aggressive.
My argument is PvE games, 9 times out of 10, aren't terribly toxic. It's when you get into PvP.
It's when you get into World of Warcraft when you realize that statement is bullshit.
Mm?
Yeah. You ever wiped on a raid and it had not been your fault as the healer? Or not been your fault as the tank? Or not been your fault as the DPS? Come on now.
Straight up,
First
when
of all,
I raided, me and my guild,
in my mind, Matt's a heal slut.
I was a tank.
He was a tank.
You look like
you can't sit here and tell me that you've
dress
never
I had every
wiped,
class.
you never casually queued whatever the fuck into a game, into a raid, tanked, wiped, and had them not been fucking tank. Not one time.
Incredibly rare.
What's the point I'm making?
Well, but
is
that's
that
what
it
I'm saying.
has happened.
When I said 9 times out of 10. I did say 9 times out of 10.
Anyways, beside
Semantics.
this fucking semantic argument, make your point.
Okay. The point I was making was that the game's great. League of Legends community's bad, just like all the other games. Now,
the PvP game.
I'll fucking kill you.
Just let him get on with it.
Riot recently just hit their 10 years of games since League of Legends has come out, and they had this whole long 50-minute video that came out about the history of League of Legends, and it's extremely impressive with when you watch it back, whether you're a fan of what they've done for their game or what they've done for esports or the community or whatever. It's very impressive. They set basically the standard for what esports should be with a game that's free. That alone is amazing. It's you don't have to pay for a fucking thing in that game. You can play it, and you can be a professional gamer at it. You don't have to put any fucking thing else into it besides time. And that free game got so big that the esports scene sells out things like the Seoul Olympic Arena. It has more people watching globally than people watch the Super Bowl. It's insane. The numbers that they put up for that esports scene are insane. The fact that fucking companies have not used Riot's idea of esports is the shitty thing. Riot's esports, the way that they do esports for League of Legends shows that there is a way that you should be doing it, and no other company has done it besides Blizzard. They tried for Overwatch, and for some fucking reason, they're not doing it again. I don't get it.
Overwatch 2 is coming out. That's why.
Whoopty fuck. Like, who cares?
I bet you that's what's BlizzCon.
Yeah. No, probably.
They're announcing it.
Hey, you know
Probably.
what? You know what the 2 is for, right?
Stupid.
Twice
ridiculous.
as many gay characters.
Oh my god.
Not in China.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Oh,
they're not gay in China.
I know. But anyways, yeah. It could be. But yeah, they closed down the Blizzard Arena. I don't know why. I don't understand. Riot has shown that their way of
Blizzard
doing
hates
esports fucking works.
Well, they closed down the arena to make room for people to work on Diablo Phone Edition.
Diablo.
Don't
Mobile.
you have a phone?
We'll get to that. But anyways, I said it to him. He laughed. But anyway, with this thing about mobile. But anyways, yeah, the fact that companies for their esports haven't adopted the way that Riot does their esports is baffling to me, because it works for Riot. They have a stage that everyone plays on regularly. They have a regular season, teams, managers, the whole thing, sponsors, everything. And it is the most watched esport.
They've been making money.
I would say arguably only because CSGO's ESL 1 and all that stuff.
Yeah, but
it's
CSL,
pretty fucking. Or I'm sorry, not ESL. The Dota International is like
neither of
fucking
those.
insane.
Neither of those made over $1 billion though last year.
Yeah, true.
And
But
LoL
League
did.
Yeah, League did. It's amazing to me. And yes, I'm not discrediting other companies' achievements and other players' achievements based on what game that they play. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying League of Legends did it right, and it's a free game. They should be very proud for what they've done for esports, and I'm sure they are.
To be entirely fair, every company is going to be different, so what works for Riot may not work for everyone else. But also, ultimately, at the end of the day, when you have a roadmap, and we've talked about this regarding Steam and Epic Games, Steam's already laid out how to be successful in what you're doing.
As far as like a launcher.
It would be smart to follow that same platform.
Yes.
So maybe not every single thing that Riot does works for everyone, but as a basic roadmap, I mean, if you're a competitor, it's smart to jump on what they're doing.
Yeah, it would
you
be.
look at Coke and Pepsi, they're constantly doing what the other's doing because that's just what you got to do to compete.
Yeah, as much as I hate Uplay, I have so many stupid Uplay tokens that like I always go in the stupid store to see like what I can spend it on.
Mm-hmm.
And like for Far Cry, it was like guns. I was like, oh, cool guns. Like I got a Vector and like some other stuff, like high level stuff. But then for like Assassin's Creed, it was garbage.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, the pirates look like this instead of that.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's not helpful at all.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey sucked. Anyways.
I haven't finished it yet. I heard it was great. But
It's
anyways. Yeah. So they should be very proud of that. Now, Blizzard had the option to do something similar like that with their esports. Because like I said, with Overwatch, they had the Blizzard Arena in Burbank, I believe it was, or Santa Monica, one of the two, whatever. You could watch the teams compete live on stage with each other for the entire season, and they would play together, and there was a bracket and the whole shit, and you could watch it live in person. Just go get a ticket and go and play. They did basically what Riot does. Now they stopped. Okay? Stupid. I don't know why.
Didn't they sell it?
I think they sold it.
I think they sold the arena.
I think.
I don't know why.
I
I
don't
don't know why
actually-
they bought it and they only had it for like a couple years.
Actually,
right?
can I rewind
Yes.
this like just a minute and interject
No.
one thing?
No.
Because I actually want to...
Continue, Steve. Now, go
Steve,
ahead.
so to point you more in there, they should feel proud of themselves, and they'll never actually admit this out loud, but it's something to be proud of. They had a big old scandal.
Who did?
Riot.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
They had a big old scandal, and they didn't collapse from that. They kind of just went through it and did well out of it.
Is this going to be a dumb joke? I don't know what he's talking about.
No, like they had
No, they had a scandal.
they had a big old scandal about
Which one?
Friggin'
About the fact that LOL is basically just Dota? Like,
no, like
No,
like
the
hiring
creator
type stuff.
Well,
It wasn't racial. It was sexism in the workplace.
oh,
kinda
dude,
thing.
that was a while ago.
But the thing is,
oh, I remember.
dude, that was
that
was
a while ago.
That was a
huh?
while ago.
but they didn't collapse or anything out of that. They kind of rolled with
They're
it,
too big to fail at this point.
yeah.
but they weren't then.
People were
They're
people,
Bank of America. They
there was
can't-
a whole thing saying that like
I remember this.
men are
Yeah.
very much more treated treated
and they
differently than the female
they weren't big enough
employees and stuff like that.
So they did well. Like
it happens. You know what? Any major development company like that is gonna have its ins and outs.
You're gonna get hit.
I think it's great that like, for example, everybody tripped the fuck out when Blizzard had its layoffs. Nobody said a fucking word when Square Enix had their layoffs. Nobody said shit. And this happened, and Square Enix happened, I think, before Blizzard happened. No one said a fucking word.
I've been mad at Square for a while, though.
I mean, we all have, but
I've been mad at
and
them
that's the thing. People have been irritated with Square Enix, but they had a huge layoff too. Nobody said a fucking thing, but Blizzard had a layoff. People lost their fucking minds. So it just depends on the severity of it and which company it is and the reasons why. So I mean, no company is without its faults. No major companies without its faults. Microsoft and Google have issues, and they're one of the fucking biggest companies in the world.
Well, I'm not arguing that they had issues. I'm just saying that they
do.
They took
I was trying to think of a company that's
had like
the Cyberpunk and The Witcher.
Project Red.
Oh, Project Red. Yeah. Okay.
They've been pretty solid, but they're relatively new.
But then again, it's only a matter of time
Blizzard.
because also Konami was batting 1,000 up until recently.
Until they shit on Kojima.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time.
I'm still mad that I don't get to play PT.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time.
It's spooky.
So it's very spooky. It's very spoopy. So yeah, it's only a matter of time. But anyways, yeah. So they had, that was the thing, and I just kind of brushed that off, and not because I don't care, but because it's old and it's already been dealt with, and no company is without its faults. No company is without its faults. So esports, they collapsed it. I don't know why. It's just the same shit when they collapsed Heroes of the Storm. It made no sense.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That made no sense. It was a MOBA, and everybody knows that MOBAs do really well when it comes to esports. They do. Look at Dota and fucking League and Brawl Stars.
There's nobody left playing MOBAs
Smite.
to play at that point.
What?
After you have players in Dota and League, there's no one left to play Heroes.
Play other games, yeah.
So they were like, all right, well, whatever.
Yeah, it's just kind of odd. Like the MOBA craze was high, and then it started dropping off because even Epic had a game called Paragon that was a MOBA, which was really good. And then they just decided, meh. And then Fortnite is what came out, and it shit on everything. But yeah, Battle Royales, they just went for the next new thing. But yeah, Smite's still a big deal. They have a huge esport too. But anyways. So Blizzard has collapsed all these titles and done all this shit. Why? Well, Blizzard it's not even arguably, they are fallen by the wayside. Like for sure. They are fallen far from where they used to be. They no longer have support for their MOBA that people actually still play a lot. People love it. And there's like amateur pro leagues. I don't fucking even know what you call it. It's like community-based tournaments for Heroes of the Storm. I just kind of feel like people are holding on to like a false hope. It's
like a local bowling league.
Yeah,
basically.
I just feel like people are holding on to a false hope on that one. Honestly, like I hope they pick it back up. I'm like, dude, Blizzard has never been like, we'll pick it back up. Never. They've never been like, because they're even doing with StarCraft.
I have one.
Give it 10 years. Remastered version.
I have one. They did pick something back up because of community demand.
Talking about Classic?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. But as far as like
fuck Blizzard, but there is one thing. To be fair,
just give it 10 years and you'll get a remastered Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, probably.
I doubt it.
If Blizzard's still around by then.
I doubt it. Because you know what? StarCraft is the next thing to be rotated out. I can almost guarantee it, which is fucking stupid. It's stupid. But do you agree with me? It's probably the next thing they're going to rotate out.
They're probably going to shit on it
because they're all about Diablo right now.
They're gonna turn it into like a mobile, like how.
God, I hope not.
How they fucked
up. Could you imagine playing StarCraft on mobile?
No, because they fucked up Command and Conquer by turning it into a goddamn mobile game, and it sucks.
Yeah, facts.
I watched it. I was like, I hate this.
I forgot about that.
I better go download it. Then I played it. I was like, I hate this even more.
I was right.
I was right. I was like, because I fucking love Command and Conquer.
I feel vindicated.
I was hoping,
uninstall.
I was hoping like I get to like level 20 and like I see a Tim Curry FMV. That did not happen.
That didn't happen.
Oh my god. Spice. That's greatest.
So funny.
Some of the greatest acting by him ever was in Command and Conquer.
Unfortunately, I could see StarCraft being the thing that rotates out next, or they could just blow all of our minds and come out with the next one and fucking be. But the only reason why I think that is because I'm sorry, 2 games that they did because they're also coming out with Warcraft again.
Remastered. You give it 10 years and they'll give you a new version of the same game.
Honestly,
So right.
I'm
hyped about that one actually because the RTS of Warcraft was really good.
I enjoyed it too.
I don't want.
And I'm gonna play it.
I don't want to give them money.
But it's just a matter of it's like
anything.
it's the same game. But
I'll wait until it becomes free like StarCraft did.
Yeah.
Because
I forgot they did that. I forgot that game went free.
It won't take long.
I was mad that I paid for it.
Everybody was. We're like, fuck.
It will not take long.
Yeah. We can't even see you yawning. It's crazy. We can hear it. But anyways, yeah, so they'll probably be the next thing rotated out. But Blizzard has always had this insane library that's always been, in some respects, the games have always been hype, depending on what you're into. If you like first-person shooters, I can't say I don't like Overwatch, but I can't say it's a garbage game because that many people that play that game can't be wrong. It's the same thing about World of Warcraft. I love World of Warcraft. However, there's a lot of people that hate it. However, given the amount of people that play that fucking game, it's not horrible.
I don't hate World of Warcraft. I'm just not interested in spending 100 plus hours on fetch quests.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, I get it.
But to be fair, I also like sports games more than probably like the three of us. Like I probably play until recently. I played every new NHL, Madden, NBA, FIFA. Like I played all of them.
We definitely know your feelings about NBA.
Every single year. I can't play any fucking sports games anymore.
I know.
I can't play NBA. I can't play Madden. I can't play FIFA. I can't play. The only thing left is NHL. The only reason I have MLB 19 is because it was free. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And even then, and I'm mad playing it. I was like, it's so stupid. Like I can't choose what I want to like upgrade on my pitcher stats.
He does get very angry.
Strike. I'm so mad that you're out.
I play it very angrily.
I'm so angry that my pitcher's so good.
I strike out once and my contact versus left-handed pitchers goes down.
Here we go.
Fuck you, MLB 20.
19?
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to say 20.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyways, so Blizzard's been that company that they have a game for everybody. They have an RTS, they have a MOBA, they have an FPS, they have a card game that is probably the biggest card game. Next to like Matt, you always discredit it, but next to Gwent, every time I talk about Gwent, because there's a standalone game called Gwent.
I know. We all know about Gwent.
Every time I talk to, he's like, I will say like, oh hey, this game, Gwent. He's like, Gwent. Like I'm like, it's fucking. You can't say that Gwent's bad.
Gwent's fun, but you know
what?
I
don't say that Gwent's bad, but I'm gonna say in terms of if you talk to any random gamer on the street and be like, oh yeah, Hearthstone, oh yeah, Gwent, more of them are gonna know what Hearthstone is.
I agree. However, if you have to go down the line with online trading card games, it seriously goes Hearthstone, Magic, Gwent.
Because there isn't anyone after that.
It goes Pazak, which is the card game from Knights of the Old Republic.
Stop.
And then the card game from Final Fantasy IX.
I wish they made that.
Right?
I wish they made that game.
Fuck you. My
real.
list is better.
I wish they made that game a standalone game.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But they made Gwent
better than everything.
They made Gwent a standalone game. It was awesome.
Gwent is kind of just like that.
It's hard.
It's kind of like the Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it's similar. I like it. I like it a lot. So that's your options. You know, Blizzard has something for everybody, in some respects, and basically they're the only game that's actually shows somewhat support to the RTS community because they have StarCraft and they're coming out with another one, so like a remaster, but they're still supporting the RTS. And then they have a dungeon crawler, which is Diablo. They marketed it fucking poorly because people got insanely pissed off when they were like, "Don't you not have phones?" Yeah, that was the smartest thing that you could have fucking said.
It's always good to tell your fans that they're stupid.
Yeah. That'll get you somewhere in life. That'll definitely get people playing your game. Oh, I won't show you not downloading it. Stupid fucking Blizzard. God, dude. But anyways.
You're listening to us. You don't like us? Well, you're stupid.
That's why at this year's BlizzCon they canceled the open Q&A.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're only taking questions that have been pre-screened.
Yeah,
you have to submit the questions beforehand.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so
because
basically
every
they're not going to
question is going to be Do I need a phone?
Yeah.
This is gonna be a CNN debate of like softball questions. It's like, what do you guys think is the best thing about the new game? Well, we have the team really. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys don't know, if you go to BlizzCon, if you want to ask a question at one of the panels, you have to go to the Dark Moon Fair, go to one of the mailboxes that, if you've been to BlizzCon, there's actual mailboxes there. You write a question out, you submit it, they'll come grab the questions, find the best ones, and they'll ask them on the show. I don't know if that's for pacing purposes on the panels, or if that's because they're too afraid to ask questions like...
That's it.
Do you not have phones? Is this like an early April Fool's joke?
They don't want to get memed into oblivion again.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
That's it.
Which is dumb because that's always been a thing that Blizzard has done at their panels. It's a two-way conversation.
Blizzard, every voice matters as long as it's been pre-screened by our censors.
Yeah, exactly. So now we'll go back to Riot. Riot's 10-year video that they just posted showed that they are now developing things similar to what Blizzard is. They have a game called Legends of Runeterra coming out. It's a card game based off of the characters.
Is it free?
And it's free. And it's based off of the characters and lore and everything from League of Legends. Really cool.
So it's Hearthstone.
I talked to Matt about this. I said the lore behind the League of Legends is really fucking cool. It's real cool. They have some really cool characters, good backstories.
Didn't they get someone to write some of it? Who writes the Drizzt Duardin fantasy novels?
Oh, I don't know, but I know who you're talking about.
Didn't he write some of the League stuff?
I would not be surprised.
I feel like they got some big fantasy novelist to like
done.
do some lore.
It's got classic.
I might be talking
evil.
Out of my ass though.
I'm just saying it's got classic good versus evil. There's some
who writes the lore
flavor tossed in that wasn't really good or evil that picks a side kind of thing. It's a pretty well done story.
You know who I'm talking about.
So we got
I just don't know the name.
Yeah.
The world building team is the best.
R.A. Salvatore is who writes.
So the
books.
World building.
You're right, and I
is Anthony Reynolds.
That's super weird.
Senior writers Graham McNeil, Ariel Lawrence, and Anthony Birch. Narrative: Odin Schaefer, Matthew Dunn, Rayla Heidi, David Slade, John O'Brien, Michael McCarthy.
None of those names sound immediately familiar to me, so I might be talking out of my
Birch
Eric
sounded
Cannon
vaguely
and
familiar, but that's about it.
Ellie Pyle, Nikki Brown, and Ryan Rigney.
You know what? I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah.
I just realized.
It's okay. No worries.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Talking out of my ass.
So they have the MOBA. They have Legends of Runeterra coming out, which is a card game, which is you can sign up actually for the beta, which is really cool. They're developing a first-person shooter, too, which is pretty cool. It's like, all right, that's great.
I want an RTS. Are they making an RTS?
I don't know. That would be fucking awesome, though.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot of good RTSs anymore.
And then they have a game which
I'm
out
of vogue.
Insanely addicted to. I can't stop playing it. It's called Teamfight Tactics, which is basically like Dota came out with one. It's called Auto Chess. But what it is there's a board, and you have these little hexes. You choose your champions or whatever, and you level them up by buying more champions in the game within game currency. Then you make your team, you build your team out, and then based on what team you build, they automatically fight each other, and whoever has the best team wins, and that's it. The goal of the game is to get your opponent's life down to 0 so that you're the last one standing with the best team. It's fucking addicting, and I love it. So they have that, and
so it's like Space Battle Core.
Yeah, essentially. And it's great. It's fantastic.
I used to love that game.
It's fantastic. And instead of having a launcher where there's all these different games like Battle.net has, you just get League of Legends, go into League of Legends, hit Teamfight Tactics, and there it is. It's built within the game already. So it's not all this extra bullshit you have to do. You just download League of Legends. It's in there. You play it.
To be fair, I didn't hate the Battle.net launcher at all. It was just you open Battle.net and it's like, what game do you want to play?
I just hate the fact that you have to see fucking Call of Duty every time you open up a Battle.net launcher.
Yeah, that was dumb.
That's stupid.
But like, it was just like, I just want to World of Warcraft play, or StarCraft play, or Diablo play.
Yeah. So you have those.
It sounds kind of like a dumbed down version. Did you ever play Sins of a Solar Empire?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Rebellion? Hell yeah.
Any of them?
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like how that battle is.
Yeah, it's similar to that.
That was that was the most like resource heavy like management.
Oh my god,
RTS
Rebellion was
game
nuts.
ever.
Yep.
Sins of a Solar Empire. They should make another one of that. That was a crazy game. The amount of zoom on the last one that you could do, like you could like wheel from like planet orbit to like entire galaxy.
Yep.
And I loved how smooth it was.
Hell yeah. Because that world was massive. But yeah. No, yeah, it's similar to that. It's great. If you don't like MOBAs and stuff like that, but you want to just try something really fresh and new and fun, try Teamfight Tactics. It's really cool. Then Riot comes out in the video and goes, and it takes a stab at Blizzard by in it, and they go, with all of these amazing new titles coming out, we also have a couple other things coming, and it turns out that yes, you guys do indeed have phones. And I was like, aye, fucking yeah, get them. No, and they are
kicking them while they're down.
They're developing to port a version of League of Legends to mobile, which is cool because there's a lot of mobile MOBAs out there that are pretty good, but if from a major development company doing it, it could be really good, I think. And they're porting the Legends of Runeterra card game to mobile as well as Teamfight Tactics to mobile. Every person,
yeah, because that was one thing I never understood is like a card. Like I never understood because card games seem more like as a mobile.
Yeah, I mean you have Hearthstone on mobile, but yeah.
Yeah, I never understood why it was never
more forefront. Yeah,
yeah, because it seemed like that's built for like a mobile, like jump in, play a quick game, like when I'm like killing time, and then jump out.
Yeah. It's great.
I'm stuck in line at the DMV. I have 10 minutes to kill. I could play 2 games.
At the DMV exactly. With 10 minutes? Oh.
Yeah.
In line.
I don't know what DMV you're fucking going to.
Well, no, this is before I talk to the person at the counter. And then I have 4 hours to kill while I sit and wait.
As much shit, like the last time I went to the DMV for like a renewal, it was a brand new one that they had built. And they had like 40 windows and they were all open and staffed.
Hell yeah.
I got a driver's license renewal. I was done in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
it was the craziest shit ever. Dude, it was the craziest shit ever. I was so surprised.
I'm gonna side with him. Last time I had to go to DMV, I made an appointment.
Now the joke has become like how fast and efficient it is. It's the only fucking thing in California.
Dude, I walked in at 11:30 because I'm like, I got my appointment at noon. I better be early, so it's friggin'. I walked out done at 11:50.
Jeez.
I was like, well, okay, cool.
I didn't have an appointment. I walked in at 9:30. I walked out at 9:50.
Nice.
It was crazy.
Is that to drive to Africa to get in and out that quick?
You can drive to Africa
if you wish it.
Where are we located?
Oh, you never know. But anyways, yeah. So Riot explains that yes, we're gonna port these games to mobile. And League of Legends will be modified version of it will be put to mobile. Cool. Nobody freaked out about it like they did when Blizzard did it. Why? Because they listened to their fucking community. What Blizzard did was say, I think we know what our fan base wants, a mobile Diablo. Instead of listening and them saying, we want a good Diablo. They said, all right, we'll just make one and put it on mobile. That's what they want. And Riot said, oh, you guys want a version of this on mobile? You got it. And then they did, and people fucking freaked out about it.
The other thing that people were pissed about is that the fucking Diablo mobile was just a reskin of some fucking 10-cent Chinese game.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
Well, the other thing that pisses me off,
Diablo. Yeah. Just fucking changed skins.
Yeah,
the thing
Diablo.
The thing that pisses me off about Diablo, like I wouldn't even have been as upset with that if they had said, we're making Diablo 4. And we're gonna give you Diablo 4 on your mobile device too. And it's like, oh cool, so we get both. We're gonna port Diablo 3 over there. Sweet, so we get Diablo on our phones. But like, don't tell me like, hey, I'm gonna give you Diablo. Cool. I'm putting it on your phone. That's it. You don't get a choice. It's like,
yeah.
But I don't want.
But I don't want.
Why no choice? I like choice. I like choices.
It is also obvious that Blizzard has forgotten how to announce games.
Yeah, a fucking mobile game is not a main stage announcement.
No, it's not.
It is not.
If they would have saved the mobile
addendum
thing, yeah, if there would have just been a presence of it at BlizzCon, but not really said anything about, oh man, I played this mobile version of Diablo at BlizzCon. It was kind of crazy. And people were like, oh, weird. And then this year, they come out with Diablo 4, and then they start pushing. Also, it's on mobile. People will probably be better with that.
Also,
but they didn't do that.
Choices.
Yeah, but they didn't do that.
It's like fucking McDonald's, like being like, we know how much you guys like McRibs, so we're coming back with the Shamrock Shake. Like, what the fuck? No one asked for that. It's just green. It's not even mint.
You would like it.
It's just green.
Yeah.
There's no mint flavoring in it.
If it was mint, it'd be great. It's not, though.
It is
It's not.
You know what it tastes like?
It's a lie.
Tastes like
tastes
lies
like
and tears.
and
Tastes like a
deceit.
vanilla
Disappointment.
shake because that's what it is.
Do you like the
Fucking
Shamrock
green
Shake,
dye in
Ryan?
it.
He said no. See? No one asked for that.
We could just get a normal shake and we'll get some green food coloring.
But I don't want to do that.
I will do it for you.
You know what?
'Cause that's
Neither
how
do a
much I
lot
love
of people,
you.
and that's why they don't do the Shamrock Shake.
But that's what Blizzard did. We're like, oh, McRibs, Shamrock Shake. What is this shit? On my phone? That doesn't sound good. Like, nobody
See,
asked
and
for
then-
that.
and instead-
Riot listened to their base and said, oh, people want to play our games more? How are we going to do that? Oh, they want to play it on their phones. Let's fucking give it
Yeah,
to them. And
see,
then
Riot-
they did, and people went bananas.
Riot did the equivalent of, dude, we heard you guys like the McRib, so we're going to say, here's the McRib. But just in case, we're going to do a double McRib combo, too. If that's what you want. We're just going to do that.
2 for $6.
That's fucking no. Moving away from McDonald's, it's like that fucking Jack in the Box like monstrosity, the chicken sandwich.
Oh,
They're like,
yeah.
oh, you want one? Well, how's 2? And guess what? You can get 3. And for all you motherfuckers who want to die, here's 4. You can get 4 chicken patties with bacon and shit on it, and then you just eat it. You fat fuck. You love it.
It's only like $5.
And it's $4, bitch. Eat up, motherfucker. And I'm not gonna lie, because I've had the triple,
And it's so good.
and I'm working my way up. I'm training hard. I'm gonna get that quad.
Yeah, we got
I'm
the
gonna-
DLC
I'm
yet?
gonna
You're gonna
fucking-
get
I'm
it,
gonna
huh?
climb that mountain.
Oh, my God.
I'm not gonna lie. I bought it because it was $3,
Oh, my God.
and there was so much chicken. And you know what? It didn't suck.
Oh, it's good.
I got it twice.
It's
I'll
good.
probably get it again.
It's like the Popeyes craze right now with the chicken sandwich, man.
Those things are fucking good.
I know.
Those
Give me
things
what I
aren't
want.
real.
I wouldn't know.
They're not
I
real.
haven't had one
They're
yet.
not
you
real.
seen-
I've never seen one.
Have you seen that fucking picture of a guy out front of Popeyes slinging at him because he bought all of the ones that the store had?
No.
He
What?
was upselling them for $1,
And people were buying
and
them.
people were buying them.
Oh, I bet.
Because they go in, they're like, "Let me get one," and they're like, "Oh, we're all sold out." And the guy's hanging out front, like, "I got what you need. I got what you need. I
guy's
got that
my hero.
chicken.
I got that chicken, yo.
I got that chicken."
That's what Riot did. Riot's doing it right. Say whatever you want about their internal affairs and shit, whatever the hell. I don't give a fuck.
Or
As
the
far
toxic
as
community.
the development side of things, I feel like they're doing things right. Yes,
Must be doing something right.
it's
I
taken
agree.
them
I
almost
agree with
10 years to come out with something. Dude, this is a company that has thrived and like ruled a lot of the PC gaming world with an iron fist off of one fucking game that's free and who has dominated the esports industry off one game.
Yeah, dominating the esports industry off of one game is fairly impressive.
It's not even, and here's the other thing I'll state. It's not
to be
even,
fair,
it's also,
they're not a national sport of any country, though.
I know. South Korea is StarCraft.
Yeah.
So yes.
Until Blizzard deletes it
Yeah.
off of their systems forever.
Yeah, seriously. And it's not even arguably, a lot of people say this is arguably because Fortnite is a thing that exists. It's not true.
Fortnite hasn't been around long enough.
Their game is free. They only have one title up until this point, and it is the most played game in the world. That's fucking insane. That's bananas. And Riot has always done just fine. And now they're coming out with all these other titles. Riot is the new Blizzard, in my opinion. Riot is the new Blizzard.
See how it works.
Yeah, and we'll see how it works.
Because Blizzard isn't even Blizzard
yeah,
anymore.
it's Activision.
But they're not what they were.
No, yeah, that's
Like,
what I'm saying.
I could buy
Riot is starting to look like what
5 years
Blizzard
ago-
should have been.
5 years
in
ago,
the
I could
beginning.
get a Blizzard game, and I would buy it just based off of the Blizzard logo. on it.
Yes, because it's a Blizzard game.
I'd be like, maybe it's not something I'll like, but it'll be good.
Yeah, because
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
WoW.
yeah,
I played WoW just because it was Blizzard and everyone else was playing it. I didn't personally like it because it seemed like after the first 10 hours, I was like, so I'm just going to keep like going someplace and doing something and then coming back.
yeah.
And if you like that, cool. I wasn't a fan.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. But then again, it's one of those things. You even stated it on the podcast. That many people can't be wrong.
Yeah.
That many
Hey,
people
but
playing the
you're
game
right, though.
can't be
You're
wrong.
right, though. You're literally just going to keep going to new places and then talking to so and so, going to get the thing and coming.
And then there
back.
were fucking pandas, and I don't even know what the
You talk to the pandas and
and
go,
it was like Pandarians.
Yeah, it was a turtle in the ocean. It was weird.
They really tried hard for fucking. There's pandas, the Pandarians. That's it.
And it's not
Release.
Kung Fu Panda.
guys, you remember that one like kind of side mission that we had in Warcraft?
No, but all right.
And like there was that one panda that just kind of showed up out of nowhere. We like had him as a joke character. Let's make an entire expansion about that.
No, it was Kung Fu Panda.
It was.
Yeah, it was Kung Fu Panda. One of the developers saw the movie and was like, "Oh, we could do that."
And then they had Jack Black play at BlizzCon, and it was like, "Oh,
Yep. They had Tenacious D there.
Yeah.
Yep. Good times. So the question I'll pass off to you guys: do you think Blizzard can redeem themselves after all of this fuckery that's happening? Do you think that BlizzCon, despite all the announcements that have already come out, do you think they can redeem themselves? And do you think Overwatch 2 and a Blizzard 4 or Diablo 4 is going to be what it's going to be for the redemption?
I think they can. I think they got to make a lot of changes.
Mm-hmm.
I think they got to change what their actual like core. They have to go back to what they say are their core values, because the past like 2 or 3 years, they haven't been showing that
Correct.
at all.
Yeah, I agree.
I think there's still hope for Bethesda even after the fucking Fallout 76 paywall bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Do you think that there's? What about you, Matt? You think that they could be redeemed? They could redeem themselves?
Spoiler alert, speaking as death. The Blizzard you knew and loved is gone. And it's not coming back.
I agree. I think it's
never coming
I
back.
think they're going to continuously fail, and Riot is going to be the company that trumps them.
I don't know if they're ever going to fail so bad that they're going to be like gone.
Not obsolete.
I don't know if they're
but-
going to go under. But the thing is, they're going to continue to. I don't think they're going to do what you said they're going to do. They're not going to go back to their roots. The Blizzard we knew and loved is gone, especially because they're under an umbrella now.
Yes.
Activision rules them, and that's it. That's the game over for them.
Yes.
They're not going to be able to go back to their roots. And with Activision holding them and with the namesake they've gotten, I don't think they're going under, but they're not going to.
They're not doing.
They're not going to climb back on top.
I think the death knell for all video game companies is when their CEOs are marketing and business majors instead of game developers.
Yep.
I think that's the biggest problem.
That was the
Is
one
that-
thing that Blizzard had when they first started, was that they were just all passionate about two things. They were passionate about heavy metal music and video games. And they channeled that into what was Lost Vikings and Rockin' Racers and all that. Or was it Rock and Roll Racers or
Rock and
whatever?
Roll Racers.
And then World of Warcraft. They channeled that. And now it's fucking
Just
Sparkle
Warcraft.
Ponies and a bunch of people that have business majors.
No, and that's the problem is like you can't have a business major or a marketing major run a successful video game company because they're going to do all these ad reads and these like
Big fancy words. And
they're going to hold all these focus groups, and the focus groups aren't going to be filled with video game players because video game players don't do fucking focus groups.
yeah.
They
you're right.
don't.
Well, not to mention they're going to be holding, shareholder meetings.
Just dying. You're fine.
They don't care about the game, or they care about the shareholder.
Yeah, they care about the
And
numbers.
the shareholder goes, well, how can we make more money?
I
Let's-
heard that Battle Royale from my grandson is gig. What are you doing about that? And that's what Overwatch felt to me.
Battle Royale.
Overwatch felt like a cash grab, and I felt like that was the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Was when
Overwatch
they
is-
bowed to like trends, I think is the problem.
I don't like Overwatch. I don't
They
think
made
it's
some
good.
pretty good
Sorry,
cinematics,
Patrick
though.
and Billy. I know
Hey,
you guys
but
love
they
that
made
game.
some
but
pretty
I
good
just- I
I
can't.
like
Cinematics.
Battle Royales in general.
Overwatch had some pretty cool cinematics, though.
But that's Blur Studios.
But I'm just saying, like, don't get me wrong. The game, but the cinematics were pretty cool.
Yeah, they're cool because they have good cinematic story writers.
Yeah.
And they outsource to Blur Studios, which is fuck. Like, if you know anything about Blur Studios or don't, just watch the Legacy of the Void fucking trailer.
Do anything in StarCraft
Holy
2.
shit. Yeah, watch anything StarCraft.
From the very
When
opening.
when
Insane.
the Zerg are invading
when they're going after...
New Canaan,
huh?
New Canaan, or
Are you talking about in StarCraft 2?
yeah,
When
they're making landfall on New Canaan.
Yeah.
It's a big battle in the city streets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's freaking.
Got the banelings
crazy.
rolling out and
Yeah,
shit, and
the
you got
tanks, like,
Kerrigan's
slamming
like
into the
standing on top of it. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck, dude.
Dude, just
Great.
the very
It's sick.
the
Like,
very, very opening with Tychus.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
When he's being,
he's being like put into the Marine suit.
Yep. So sick. So sick. It's about time. So fucking cool. Yeah, they're great. So yeah, of course the cinematics are fucking awesome because Blizzard knows how to tell a story. They should just stop
And this
being
is the
game
end of their
developers
story.
and make
This
movies
is
and
the
write
end.
books. That's what Blizzard should do. They should stop making video games and make a fucking movie based on everything they've ever created
They tried that. It didn't do so
and
hot.
books. I like
Dude,
the World of
comic.
Warcraft
It
movie.
didn't do well.
I just said it
Whether
didn't
you
do
like it
so
or not,
hot.
it didn't do well.
They just-
commercially.
Matt, okay, it didn't do well.
did
However, no,
I didn't
I'm
say it
agreeing
was
with
bad.
you.
I did not
However,
say it was bad. I just
you
said
didn't
it
even
didn't-
you didn't even see it in theaters. However, if it was a Wrath of the Lich King movie, would you be like, "Oh fuck, I'm gonna watch that"? If it was a Lich King movie,
I would have preferred that.
would you go and see it in theaters regardless?
I would watch Warcraft. I'm not going to go see it in theaters. Probably not. I don't go to the theaters very often.
Like knowing what Arthas and all the backstory about that was, and you know that story, how it played out, how it was written in the books and in the games and
Steve.
everything. Now they put it on cinema.
Steve, okay,
You would
are
not
you
go see
telling
it.
are you telling me that this is like I'm
I'd see
single,
it.
no kids, I can just go whenever I want?
What do you? Yeah, just go see it.
Then I'd have gone and seen Warcraft.
Okay.
I did go to see Warcraft. I didn't care for it.
Okay.
I'm just saying that it didn't do well.
They tried to cram too much shit into it.
I would have gone and seen Warcraft if you were telling me that. Of course I'll go see a Lich King movie.
Beetle. There's a beetle by your foot, Matt. Oh yeah. Look at that guy.
Oh.
I'm like, yeah, don't
He's
do that.
big.
That's a big boy.
All right, we got to wrap this up.
Yeah,
'cause
we
gotta
gotta
deal
wrap
with
this
this
up.
beetle problem.
Wow.
Halloween. Go beetle, go.
All right, wrap this up.
All
Away
right.
from the beer.
Yeah. The point I was making,
Don't
right?
let him get in the beer.
Riot's new Blizzard. I'm super stoked for it. Go Riot. Do work. Anyways, thank you everybody for listening and watching. If you want to find the podcast, you can find us on iTunes and Google Play as well as Spotify and SoundCloud. You could find the Real Likable Geeks on Twitter and
You guys all
YouTube.
look super ridiculous right now.
Watching.
The-
I don't
the
want to hurt the
fucking-
You
people.
guys are just staring at this box.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry, back to one.
no, we're fine. I'm still going. You can find the podcast, social media, everything's at Likable Geeks, except for our Instagram. It's at Really Likable Geeks. The Instagram and all of our social media links will be down in the description down below. If you want to
coming.
see, huh?
City coming.
If you want to find our social medias, me, Matt, and Stuart's personal ones will be down in the description down below. No, they don't. I don't do that anymore.
It's still below.
Oh yeah, down in the description below. So yeah, they're down there. And and we'll be live again next week with more spoopiness for Halloween.
We're gonna dress up, so guys, can be ready for that.
We'll see. Matt dressed up this week, so
I'll do it again. I'll fucking do it again.
why did you censor yourself?
I didn't censor
You
myself.
said I'll fucking do it.
Good night.
again. All right, thanks everybody for listening and watching. We'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.